What's going on? This is Ari at wirefly.com, and here is BlackBerry's newest model, the BlackBerry Curve 8520, codenamed Gemini, and it's really a entry-level version of the Curve family, probably about a step below the BlackBerry Curve 8900, but it's more or less the same phone as the 8900, obviously with a different body and a few different features, namely the camera and some hardware. But you can see it comes in two colors. You have the standard black color, and then what I will call a baby blue color. So it may look a little more silvery on the screen than it is in person, but definitely a baby blue. And we'll compare it quickly to the BlackBerry Curve 8900. You can see it's slightly smaller, but not very much so. Really the same form factor. And the 8900 is a little bit sleeker, but for the entry-level version that this is going to be to the Curve family, a nice device certainly. You can see that the biggest change here is the optical trackpad, which replaces the typical BlackBerry trackball. So the 8520 is the first model with this optical trackpad. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. I've always been a big fan of BlackBerry's trackball. I like the way it feels. But the optical trackball also works very nicely. So no change in functionality, just feel really. And also on the back you have a 2 megapixel camera, but you'll notice that there's no flash on the 8520. You'll also see that there's no charging connectors here, so no support for a desktop charging stand on the 8520. Screen here is about 2.46 inches and 320 by 240 resolution. And on the right side you have your usual volume rocker, but you can see that it's enclosed in a rubbery plastic, which I actually think looks pretty good. Put that in there so you can see that a little better. And then below that, your standard app launcher key, defaulted to the camera as usual. And on the left, a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. BlackBerry's been really good about including those. And your micro USB port for charging and syncing. And then another app launcher key, which is defaulted to voice commands. And then the 8520 takes another big departure from the norm with a series of buttons on the top here. So you have a music track jumper left and right, and also your pause and play key. And you also have the mute button there on top. And it's really the same interface as you're going to see on the Bolds, Curves, Tours of the world, so no big changes there. And it does have Wi-Fi, so great for web browsing, and 256 megabytes of onboard memory with support for a micro SD card, which is behind the battery cover, so you have to slip off the cover to insert the micro SD card, but gives you a lot of extra space for music and video. Instant messaging comes pre-installed with BlackBerry Messenger, of course, AOL, Google Talk, ICQ, Yahoo, and Windows Live Messenger. And as far as games go, you have Brick Breaker, Texas Hold'em, Sudoku, Klondike, and Wordmole. And that is a quick first look at the BlackBerry Curve 8520, which is codenamed Gemini. Be sure to subscribe to Wirefly, and we will see you next time.